Hi, World Drummers Forum. My name is Adedayo David, and I'm so glad to be with you all today. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you something good. Yes, something really good. And I've titled this, Be the One the World Want to See. Be the one the world want to see. I know a lot of people have different perspective to what the world is right now. Some people would say life is good to them, while some people would say life is not fair to them, right? So in all of this, I'm here to share something with you, and I know that this for sure will actually really help you. So let's get right into this. So in today's session, I'm just going to be pointing us into different directions. All right. So in all of this, you will get one word or two for yourself that is going to lead you to the next phase of your life positively. All right. So let's get right into it. The first thing I'll be talking about is finding yourself. Finding yourself. I know for most of us, we get to know that we are in different phases of our life, and this phase leads us to the other, right? Each phase leads us to the other. For some people, we as drummers, we can say, I'm a newbie, like people say a novice or something like that, or I'm an intermediate drummer, musician, or I'm a professional. Can you see there are different stages to that? But you know the funny thing about this? How about even you don't even know the level that you are playing it or playing at the moment? So that means that you can't really even tell what your journey movement is like. So, but how about you know that, oh, for now, I'm a newbie or I'm a novice, or amateur, but I'm getting into being an intermediate drummer, or I'm an intermediate drummer, but I'm getting into being a more advanced drummer or a professional drummer. That means that you really know where you are per time, right? So now let's take it back. Finding yourself is one of the best secrets to success, right? Finding yourself is one of the best secrets to success. And that means that you would have to start telling yourself the truth. For some people, they are not this yet, but they are saying they are this. For some people, they are not that yet, but they are saying they are that. I really hope you understand what I'm talking about. So the first thing is you need to be truthful to yourself. Okay, this is who I am. This is what I want to be, but I'm not there yet. But these are the things that I'm putting in place to become what I want to be. Do you get that? This is who I am at the moment. This is who I want to be. And this is what I'm putting in place to be what I want to be. Right? So that's just a basic lay down for finding yourself. So that means that you need to start asking yourself questions. Okay, for instance, I want to be a billionaire. All right, so what skill do you have with you that you can trade for money? Because money is just a means of exchange. Money is just that. That's just the definition of money. But how do you get that money? That means you have to give out a value. You have to give out, or you have to sell out a skill that somebody needs, and in return for that value that you're giving out, the person pays you in money, or the person pays you with money. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So that's just one thing about it. And the second thing I'll be saying again is build yourself. Build yourself. For so many people, you want to be this, but it's a lot of work to get to that level. It's a lot of work to get to that level. And one beautiful thing about success is the fact that for everybody that you see successful, they've paid a price. They've really paid a price. And do you know one beautiful thing about success? The higher you go, the higher prices you pay. So it's not the one-off price. Except you just want to be stagnant. You are comfortable with that position that you are in. But if you are somebody like me that wants to be successful daily, that means that you have to pay prices daily. You have to pay prices daily. So building yourself will warrant that you go for courses, buy books, listen to audiobooks, sit down behind the kit to practice the drums for hours. And that's not just a one-off. So that means you are going to practice consistently. Consistently. It is consistent practice that leads you to the level of professionalism that you want to get to. Do you understand what I'm talking about? The aspect of buying materials is one beautiful thing that you all need to know. I'm not just talking about drum books. I'm talking about books on finance, book on management, book on a lot of things. And you know the beautiful thing about it, when you read books, it actually um, gives you different ideas, different perspective to the writer's life. Do you understand? For example, if somebody actually writes a book and you purchase that book and you read that book, it's just simple as you are knowing about that person. So imagine you knowing about that person's 40 years that was written in a book by just you just reading that book for, let's say, like maybe like 48 hours. So that means that somebody lived for 48 like 40 years, and they wrote a book, and in 48 hours you read the book and you've been able to know all that their life entails in that topic for 48 hours. So now imagine you get to buy books that the people that you want to be like, or the people that you see as your role model or mentors, the book they write, and you get to buy all of their books and you read about them. So that means that you've learned about the things that made them successful in 48 hours or weeks or days or in few years. That means there is a high tendency that your journey will be shorter to success than how long theirs is, because you learned from successful people. Do you understand that? And that's just a segment of building yourself. Building yourself also would actually warrant that you actually invest in buying gears, in buying drumsticks, in buying drum heads, buying the drums, building different expression of yourself. For example, knowing how to produce music, knowing how to make stems as drummers, knowing how to make loops, just to advance yourself, just to make yourself different from a random guy. Because we are not just a random guy. Do you know that? We are actually musicians, and we're not just musicians, we are actually drummers. Bro, sis, we are drummers, and we drummers, we are actually important in every band, right? We can't be played with. We can't be played with. So that's just it. The next thing I'll be talking about is you loving yourself. Like, bro, like, sis, bro, sis, bro, sis, bro, sis, you need to love yourself. I'm really serious about this. You need to love yourself. Do you know those things that happen on social media when you get to upload a video and your video is not flying yet? And you see somebody else who just upload a video in about 20 to 15 to 20 minutes, and you see like a lot of likes and, comments, and you're wondering, why are people not liking my stuff? Why are people not, is it that what I'm doing is not enough? Is it that I'm getting something wrong? Is it that I'm not good enough? Is it that I'm making a lot of mistakes? Is it that I'm not pleasant? Is it that I'm not sweet? Is it that my patterns are bad? Is it that I'm lacking connections or something? Do you know the best truth to this? Love yourself. Why do you think for every post there is a segment for you to like your post by yourself? Have you ever thought about that? Or do you think the people who made those platforms decided to just put that there for unknown reasons? No! You are the first person that you are meant to even love your content. So if any other person don't love it, really, I don't care. And I understand the fact, yes, you are making content for other people, yes, to see. But the good thing about it is you need to enjoy what you do first. If you enjoy what you do, if you love what you do, other people can actually see it. Funny how people will start liking you because they know this guy loves himself. This guy is real. That's why you hear people say, I just love the fact that he's original. He's so real. I love his patterns because of his simplicity. You will actually be surprised when people start reaching out to you that, bro, sis, I love the way you do this, the way you do that. And you'll be wondering, what am I doing so different? But the good thing about it is music is contagious. And people can actually know when you feel what you're doing. You're not doing it for the camera. You are doing it because you can feel what you're doing. Because you love what you do. Because you love yourself. So love yourself. Polish yourself. Carry yourself properly. The way you actually project yourself to the public. You are not trying to look for some sort of acceptance from another party. Like, you already accept yourself that, because the first thing I actually mentioned was the fact that you need to find yourself, build yourself. So you know what state you are at the moment, and you are not in a rush to get there. You know, in due time, you'll be there. In due time, you'll be there, right? You'll be there. So there's no point in trying to rush yourself, right? In due time, you are going to get the recognitions that you deserve. And you know the beautiful thing about it? When it comes, you'll be like, wow, this is all I've always wanted. And you move from that phase to something bigger. Because you know what? You are more than that. You are more than the Instagram like or the YouTube subscribers. You are way more than that. Do you know one beautiful thing? Somebody said something to me close to a year now. The person said to me, Dayo, do you know that you are the product? You are the asset, and you are worth paying for. That really changed my mind. So that means that I don't really have to be somebody else. Do you get that? Do you get that? So that means I don't have to be somebody else. If somebody else sees me as Dayo, you are worth paying for. You are the product, you are the asset. Then why should I start thinking of being somebody else? No, I wouldn't do that. I would just invest more in myself. I would just invest more in myself. That word really struck me. I was like, really? You see me as that? You see me as the product? You see me valuable? Then why would you like to be somebody else? If there are people out there that are willing to pay you for who you are, be you. Be you, be original. There's no point in trying to be there's no point in trying to be the next guy or the other guy. No, be you and accept yourself like that. Do you understand that? The next thing I'm going to be talking about is selling yourself. How do you sell yourself? When you get in contact with people, how do you introduce yourself? For example, hi guys, my name is Adedayo David, and I'm the CEO of Groovy Global. In Groovy Global, one thing that we do for sure is building people. We build people. So we don't just leave people as what they are, we see people as what they can become. Did I ever say anything as, hi, my name is Adedayo David, I'm a drummer? Sure, I'm a drummer, but I just introduced a bigger picture about me. Then later on in the conversation, you get to know I'm a drummer, but I'm not limited to being a drummer. I have different expression. You really need to get yourself a bigger vision. Honestly, you need to get yourself a bigger vision. Yes, we are drummers. Yes, this is where everything starts from, but this is not where everything should end. Am I talking to somebody? This is not where everything should end. Yes, I'm a musician, I'm a bass player, I'm a keyboard player, I'm a sax player, I'm an organist, all of those stuffs. Kudos. But this is not where everything should end. Your life is way bigger than what you think it is. My pastor, Pastor Sam Adeyemi, will say something. Your life is too small to be the main purpose for your life, because your life is bigger than you. Your life is bigger than you. All that you would have in future, all that you will have, the wealth, the prosperity, is to take care of others. Honestly, how many houses can you sleep in a day? How many cars can you stay in at the same time? How many food can you eat? But you can have all of the wealth and feed other people, clothe other people, give shelter to other people. Do you understand that? One other thing I'm going to be talking about is trust God. Trust God. Most of the time, God shows us a picture of what we're going to be, but you don't know what the journey is going to look like. For example, for we are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, or holy nation called for to show God's excellence. Excellence. And you're wondering, bro, God, Father, you said we're of excellence, and where I'm living now is Ajegunle. No shade to Ajegunle. Presently, I stay in Ketu Ikosi, somewhere on the mainland in Lagos, Nigeria. But that is not where my light ends. He said in Matthew chapter 5, verse 15 to 16, he said, I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Everybody knows Jesus. And if you don't know Jesus, I'm using this medium to introduce Jesus to you. He's my Father, my Savior, and I love him because he loved me first. And he didn't just love me, he died for me to give me this life that I have. I don't even have to pay for this life because he actually went on the cross to die for me and he gave me the full liberty, right? So he said, we are the light of the world. Jesus Christ actually came out from Nazareth. Just imagine somebody from Nazareth, just one small town, and everybody knows him all over the world till now, and his name is still relevant. So where you are at the moment is not a limitation. Where you are at the moment is not a barrier. As a matter of fact, where you are is just a means for God to explode your excellence. Because people will get to know that, this person came out from Lagos. This person came out from a town in Lagos or a town in Ondo State or a town in maybe somewhere, a small province in maybe like Oklahoma or somewhere, and you're trying to fathom that how can this happen? We have a lot of people in almost like in advanced countries that they don't have this kind of opportunity that you have. God is more than enough, and God really wants to do exploit with your life. But you just have to trust his plan. His ways are not our ways. But you know the good thing? Jeremiah 29 verse 11 says that, God saying now, for I know the thoughts that I have towards you. For I know the thoughts that I have towards you. It's thought of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. I used to say this, for I know the thought that God thinks towards me, to give me a future and a hope that is profitable. So where you are at the moment is not a limitation. Where you are at the moment is just to make your story more beautiful. Do you get that? I know some of you will be like, oh, Dayo, it is single strokes I want to learn. Teach us drums, teach us. You can always learn that anytime. But these words are things that will amplify everything that you learn. It will amplify everything that you learn. Guys, I'm telling us this so we get this straight. This will amplify every of the things that we learn. The final thing I'm going to be talking about today is build something. Build something that is bigger than you. Build something that is bigger than you. So when you get to the promised land that God finally promised you, you have all of the blessings, all of the wealth. Remember that there are other people that are presently experiencing what your past was. So don't forget, it is not a time for you to start, flexing, marrying. It's fine. You should do that. Celebrate. God has brought you here. You have all of the wealth, which is good. But raise other people. Build something for other people. You can start with building a music school. You can start with creating investment, creating jobs opportunity for other people. Guys, this is just a stretch for us. I'm just saying all of this to stretch our mind. And I believe that God really wants us to have this conversation. Stretch it. It's beyond you. It's beyond Africa. What God has placed in your hands, these drums is beyond us. Right? It's beyond us. So this is me rounding up. I see you and I doing things that are beyond the human imagination. And people will start asking, who owns this company? Who owns this? Who owns that? Who owns this real estate? Who owns this music school? And the reply will be, it is Adedayo David, it is you, it is this musician, it is that musician, he's a drummer, he owns all of this. Right? Do you think that is impossible? Trust me, that is possible. For example, let me give you a brief summary about what my journey has been. Before now, the things some of you guys see me do, I don't have access to it. Some people will say, Dayo, how have you been able to do this? How have you been so lucky? Well, lucky, thank you for saying that. But you know that some of the things that you see now, in the last 5 years, I didn't even have it. I remember way back when I was at the Peter King College of Music. Trust me, guys, I didn't even have a drum pad. I didn't even have a drum kit. Imagine going to school, a music school whereby you need all of these things. I didn't even have a full drum pad. I didn't have a drum kit. So that means I will have to go pal with my friends, Can I just play for some hours when they are tired practicing? I'll beg them, like, can I just play? But the story is different now. And the story is going to be different in some couple of years or couple of months. Do you understand that? Push beyond your limits. And I see you and I doing great things for God. I love you so much, guys. And thank you so much, World Drummers Forum, for having me. Once again, my name is Adedayo David. I'm the CEO and founder of the Groovy Global and the Groovy Academy. I'll see you later in future. Thanks for having me. Bye for now.